I'm your fluffy missysiren, and this video is going to be about my fundraiser. Mm, Just to start off, I'm not doing this in terms of trying to get attention or anything. I am just here to ask for help in my community or whoever finds this video. Like I really appreciate it if you guys would help, even if it's just to share the video around or to pass it around. It means the world to me if you guys would be able to do that for me. Mm, but yeah, the fundraiser is about 4 years without a car in Stars Drive. So basically, I'm trying to raise funds for a car. Purely the reason for this is for my mom, um, so she can get to and from work because her job is on the line. I am gonna be blatant. I'm gonna be very straightforward and blatant with the situation purely because this is a situation that has been happening for years for us, and like we've been through a lot. I'm sure like everyone has been through a lot, especially during COVID and quarantine and every like it's something that you can't compare each other's traumas with, you know. But yeah, so it like I'm not gonna go into personal details, but I am going to tell you what has happened over the course of the years to get like for you guys to have an understanding of what I've been through and why this is important to me and why we really need this in terms of like my mom's job could be on the line and it's something that is dire in my opinion. Like it is dire because like my mom's salary can't upkeep going to work with Uber all the time. It is not like viable at all, especially with the salary that she has. But yeah, so it all started. It's 4 years to 7 years of not having a vehicle, but during that time we could afford to go to work and school and whatever with Uber because during those times the rates were different and petrol wasn't as expensive, and also my mom's salary was kept it wasn't as low as it was now, if that makes sense. So yeah, it all started when I was in high school. I think in like beginning of grade 8, um our car started to give up the ghost. um as it was a Mazda 3 MPS. I don't ask me about cars, guys. I suck at like vehicle know-how. I'm not really street smart in that area, but and it was my dad's, and we named it Marcus after Gears of War Marcus because that car got us through like lots of situations and stuff. And um, I'll show the car over here with a picture. But yeah, I think it all started there. It stemmed from car messed up and it gave up the ghost. We had to like sell it for parts. We had to like dismantle the whole car and sell it off, so we can make a little bit of money. And then during that year that we had to dismantle and give away all the parts and stuff to the junkyard, I think about a year after that, our told us that we need to move out because the house that he was renting us to, he was gonna give it to one of his people that met people that he a guy that was managing all his properties. So he was gonna give our place to that guy, and then the other properties that he had, he was gonna sell them off. So we had to move out, and he didn't give us a lot of time to move out. I think he gave us like 6 month period. No, not 6 month period. Sorry, my bad. He gave us like a 2 month. It wasn't 6 months. I think it was like 2 months. I'm not too sure. I was pretty like young back then, so like I didn't know much about that stuff, and I know now. But yeah, and then we had to move out, which was really sad for me. Like my heart was broken. Leaving my childhood place took a part of me, and I'm sure everyone, like you guys, you know how that feels. You know how if something's stripped away from you, you feel like a part of you is just gone. You're not yourself anymore. So we moved out, and it was it was all abrupt. So like we had to find like a place really quickly. So we found this place. So this place was like the cheapest, like, you know, in terms of assets and liabilities or whatever. I'm not really clued up, but yeah. And during that time, my granny was living with us. Yeah, and then the car just stopped out. So we used a lot of Uber during that time. And yeah, I think during that time it was fine in terms of taking Uber and getting around and stuff. But like, I feel like we've struggled enough to not have a car because we, as a family, we work together and we like push forward or whatever. But end of the day, having a car would make our lives so much easier in terms of day-to-day basis, and my mom can get to and from work and she doesn't have to rely on anyone to like, and it's gotten to the point that she's been stressing so much that her health is taking a strain. That's why I am doing this fundraiser, because I can't watch my mom go through so much stress and anxiety, and like her health is taking a big turn. I'm not gonna discuss what happened because that is personal, and you know, like I feel like my mom would have to, like, that's my mom's story, not really my place to say. So yeah, I think during that time it was fine. I went to and from school with Uber for about, I think it was from grade 9 to grade 12. I went to and from with Uber for 2 years in school, and then I finally found transport to take me home every day. You know, public transport. Yeah, the lady took me in the mornings. I took Uber, and then in the afternoon I was brought home by another transport. Sorry, I was getting too mixed up. So yeah, I think during that time everything was like blurred to me because it was like high school, and like, you know, when you're supposed to enjoy your high school years, and I didn't enjoy it. I hated it because it was during the time of COVID, grade 12, and we had to wear masks, and it was like anxiety after anxiety built purely because like I had to come home and shower straight away because my granny was living with us, and she was very high risk. She had cancer 4 times, and that anxiety just took over me the entire time when I was in high school. And like also like public transport, you know, like it's like a lot of people in one car, so that's also like a factor where you could get affected or whatever. But yeah, I think during the time it wasn't that bad, let me tell you. It wasn't a train smash. But yeah, and then when after I graduated high school, my mom still had to take Uber to work, but her salary still could like keep up with the rates and stuff. And after a while, it was 2021. Sorry, this is very hard to talk about. It was 2021, and yeah, that's when my family got hit with COVID. And I won't go too much detail, but like I had to step up. My mom was sick, my dad was sick, my granny was sick. I had to step up in terms of cleaning the house, making food for everyone, and making sure everyone took their meds and stuff. So like that was like before my dad got sick though. My dad was handling it for a while, and then eventually he got sick, but it wasn't as bad as my mom and my granny. But yeah, like after a while, I think being cooped up and being quarantined took all of our health took like a dip. Like me, myself, and I was depressed. It was so bad. That's why I turned to streaming, because it helped me cope in terms of keeping my mind busy. Yeah, and then my mom and dad got better. I'm thankful and grateful for that. But my granny, she took a dip. She couldn't get better, and it got to a point where she got bedridden, and we couldn't afford at that time. We couldn't afford to put her into like a old age home. Like people that take care of bedridden people. Couldn't afford that. I can't remember what it was called, but let's just say old age home. Or we couldn't afford to take her to the private hospital because she wasn't on our medical aid. And keep in mind, she didn't have much in terms of when my grandfather died. He didn't leave her much in terms of what with insurance and stuff. She only had her what do you call it, pensioner fund. Yeah, she only had that, and it was pennies for her. So unfortunately, we did go to a government hospital, and the government hospital said, sorry, we can't take any patients or anything. And my mom asked she went to the doctor and told him everything from start to finish, and the doctor just told us that you basically have to see your mother wither away, pass away. So it was a very hard time during that time for all of us. I'm sure you guys also have a lot of trauma during that time, and a lot of stuff also happened for you. And I take my heart out to you guys, because it is not a pretty sight, and it's not something that you want to see every day, and it's something that broke me every day. It's something that it took a piece of me, and you shouldn't be seeing your grandmother suffer. So during that time with the whole car issue, it was hard, because it was my dad could only budget for my mom to go to work, and that was it. We didn't have the luxury to go out. Even after COVID was finished, didn't have that luxury. It was really hard for me, because the only time I could go out was if my friends would pick me up, or I went for my walks or whatever, just to try and stay active. But yeah, and then sorry, this is really hard. So yeah, and then after that, I'm not gonna go into the detail of the COVID situation too much, because it's not really related to my fundraiser, but it's kind of part of it because of what happened. After that, that's when my mom's company started going to business rescue, and she still was earning commission during that time. But after a while, the company was someone stepped up and took over the business manager, and they said, no, you're not supposed to have commission or whatever with your salary. That's towards my mom. So they took her commission away. I think it was last year. They took her commission away, which is making us struggle from day-to-day basis even harder, and we were on a bit of debt as well, which is not good. I won't go into that detail because it's very personal, and I just want to tell you my side of the story in terms of this fundraiser. But yeah, and then after COVID, that's my grandmother passed away in 2022. She passed away in November, and during that time it was very hard for my family. It was, and I feel my mom shouldn't have to suffer anymore or struggle anymore. That is just my point of view. I will struggle for her. I want to take all her pain and her suffering away. That's something I cannot handle, seeing someone in pain or suffer, because it hurts so much, and it takes a part of you away, because you're seeing someone that you love go through that. And my mom is so strong. She looked after my grandmother for 2 years. She did everything for my granny. She face and bath her and did everything, and also my helper offered to help as well in terms of looking after my granny during the week. because my mom had to go back into work, so she couldn't like change my granny early in the morning because like during the day. And keep in mind, like I only helped with the oxygen. Ow, sorry. I only helped with the oxygenator and with her food, and that was it because I couldn't handle like because during that time I was very young. I couldn't handle it mentally, unfortunately, and I told my mom I can't do this anymore. I told her like it's taking so much out of me that I'm literally crying every day, and I'm just I can't function as a person and like doing that. And my mom was like, it's okay, she'll handle everything in terms of that. But like my helper actually helped a lot in terms of my mom's also mental well-being, because she didn't have to like change her so often, you know. She only had to change my granny every Saturday weekends and Friday, and that was it. And like help around in terms of food and stuff. But yeah, during that time, I think everyone suffered a lot, but I feel like what my mom had to do was just not a lot of people would do that for their parents nowadays, you know. Like I would do it, I know that. Like I know a lot of people would do it, but like some people won't. That's just some people just they would take their parents and just put them into a old age home, and then they would visit them there and look after. But unfortunately, we didn't have that money to do that. But yeah, that's the story for that time. And during that time, and after 2022, things got a little bit better over the months, and like it was really hard for me and my mom to move on from what happened. And I think being cooped up in this house, being in this household in terms of living here, brings too much like bad memories. Like I feel like there's a lot more bad than good here. So yeah, I think that's unfortunately that we had to go through that. But and after like I think like 3 months after that, we got better. Not mentally, we're still trying to mentally heal because it takes a lot of time. And yeah, I think it was in April. That's when I got my cat. I thought to myself like this household needs to heal. like it was more for my mom. Thinking back, I feel like it was more for my mom than me now, because my cat has helped my mom through so much in terms of like making her day. When my mom comes home, my cat greets her and like meow meow meow, you know. Like those little things warms a person's heart, and you think, okay, that's so. I think it like my cat has healed the family. I think like 50%, but we're still on the mend. I think the only thing that will literally heal us is if we get out of this like constant like loop in this situation. And also like trying to get a car will make things so much easier for us in terms of getting a job. The car will make our lives easier in terms of getting my mom to work, first of all. Second of all, me and my dad can go out and look for a job, because we have been sitting without a job. I've been sitting without a job for like I think like 4 or 5 months now, because I was working last year at a training position, and then yeah, that's when I had to leave because it was just too far out, and also petrol very expensive here in South Africa. So yeah, I know. But yeah, it's I've been without a job for like 5-6 months now, maybe even more. I haven't like kept track, but I am applying. Like, I think this weekend I took Uber down to go hand my CVs out to shops and stuff. So yeah, I think I am trying my utmost best. I'm streaming as well. So I'm also making the effort to make this fundraiser and this video to try something. Like, it's, you know, you have to try. If you don't try, what's the worst that could happen? It's like nothing really. Like, I could only get backlash from this and get ugly comments, but like I can always just delete them. Like, that's just like whatever. I'm doing this for my family. I'm not doing this to get any form of backlash. I refuse. But yeah, and then my dad has been out of a job for at least 6 years now, 8 years. So if you guys also have any job opportunities like floating about, like, please let me know, because my dad, like, he needs a job, even if it's overseas. Like he's experienced in sales and in project manager, and he has farming experience of, I think, 10 years. So yeah, let me know. And horse breeding. So yeah, but yeah, then they took, like, the main like the main timeline here is from 2022 to 2023, the space of 2 years, when my mom's company just got progressively worse and everything just started to get shittier again. Like, it got better and then it just got bad again, but it didn't get bad like it was in COVID, but it still is like bad. But yeah, then they took my mom's commission away, and now we're sitting with stress in terms of trying to get her to work and back. And if she loses her job, she's the only breadwinner. Like, she's the only person that's bringing in an income in this household. And like, the worst case scenario that could happen if she loses a job is, yes, we get her retirement or whatever funds or whatever, but what happens if that, and what happens if we can't find her a job, or find my dad a job, or like, the worst case scenario is we're just jobless and we are on the streets. But like, that's just a scenario. It's not gonna happen, but I'm doing this as an opportunity to fundraise something that will give us an opportunity to go out there and look for a job and actually, get something, and I'm hoping that the CVs that I handed out this weekend, that one of the companies consider me, because I really need a job. Because I also need to save up for, I haven't been to university or college. I've only graduated through high school. Like, I dream, okay, let me tell you, my dream is to become a nail technician. Surprisingly, like, I really, like, it's something that I find, like, very artistic, and it speaks to me. I don't know, I just see myself in that position, and I really want to go to cosmetology school, like, in the future. And it's something that, and my mom, she wanted to become a makeup, like, every one of us have dreams. Like, we all have a dream, and we all have something that we pursuing in life. And yeah, I just feel like I'm reaching out in terms of help to pursue our dream, my mom and my dad. Like, my mom's dream was, back in the day, it was like makeup artist, but now she just wants to do something that she loves. Like, she just wants a good company to be under in terms of what her job requires, if that makes sense. Like, job that she is in, she is very unhappy, and she's just looking for another company that will help her grow and that will treat her right. That's all she needs. This company is not treating her right, unfortunately. The amount of shit that the company has done is just heart-wrenching. And my dad, he would go back to farming. That's his dream. Like, everyone has a dream, guys. Like, everyone has something that they love and have a passion for, but unfortunately during these tough times in our society, it is hard to pursue them because of money and all the other like things in life that just make our lives harder, you know. And I'm not gonna go into freaking politics. I don't have a say in it or anything, but like, it does have an impact on our lives as well. So I'm just telling you my side of the story and how I or what I've been through in life. And I feel like, well, the backup body fundraising thing, I feel like my mom deserves much more, you know. Like, I don't really care about the car. Like, I care, but like I'm not gonna be using it. My parents are gonna be using it because they need it more in terms of surviving on a day-to-day basis. And the colleague that my mom's going to work, she might be leaving soon as well. So my mom will be left with like no transport to work, and then Uber is just way too expensive now, and her salary cannot upkeep the rates and stuff. And we'll be literally not just surviving, but we won't survive a month to month. We will not have electricity, we will not have food, because we have to get my mom to work. The only thing we'll be paying is like rent and stuff. That's it, you know. But that's just the reality of it. I'm just telling you my side of the story. I'm not gonna like go into any other details. Like, everything is in my backup ID, like the whole shebang in terms of the story. But I'm just coming forth to like asking you guys to please help, and I would really appreciate it, because like our goal is 300,000 rand, which is like, I'm not sure how many in dollars, but it's not 20,000 dollars, maybe less, might give or take. Okay, but that's like the estimate goal to get in terms of our car. That's like our dream car. That's like Kia Sonet. That's like there. But our second option. Our first option is second-hand car. Like, we go to a dealership and we ask, is there any second-hand cars? And they're usually about, I can't get the number in my head, but just say 100,000 max, give or take. I'm not too sure. I'm not a car expert, but that's the goal. If we can get to 100,000 rand plus minus, like 150,000 rand would probably get us a small little car to get us through. Like, you know, we're not looking for a car that takes a lot of petrol, or these fancy cars. You know, the Kia Sonet, that's a car that's also like, it doesn't take a lot of petrol, and it's a family car, so it's not those fancy people. To be honest, we're like maybe back in the day when we had like the Mazda, like, because we used to take the Mazda for like racing and stuff. We used to take it out for like races on the tracks and stuff. I think it was called Milami Racing, something like that. It was so much fun. But yeah, I think that's the situation at hand. I am just telling you guys my story, and I will be editing this as well. All the repetitive stuff I said, like, you know. But yeah, I hope this. I'm not trying to get like sympathy or like pity. You know, like people feel pity about what situation that I'm going through. Like everyone goes through this, and I feel like I just wanted to share my story, and I wanted to like share something that was a part of me that I wanted everyone to see, in terms of what I was going through during that time and what my family was going through that time. And like the reason why I made this fundraiser, because I feel like the gut feeling in my stomach is like, you know, something might come up, and I don't want to miss that opportunity, you know, because it might actually make my mom and dad happy happiness for other people, bro. That's something like sorry, I keep hitting my desk. That's something that I strive for, is helping people become better and to make life easier. And I feel like this is something that I can do for my family. And yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed listening. I'm sorry for ranting on. Thank you so much for listening. I kept my cool the entire time, which is surprisingly, because like talking about that stuff just makes me sad, bro. It makes me sad. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and thank you so much for watching my video as well. Please like and subscribe. I don't know why I'm saying that. This is not like a gaming YouTube video that I usually do, but please like and subscribe. And yeah, 4 years without a car and still has drive, guys. Please support this fundraising. It is something that's important to me, and I would really appreciate it if you shared and liked. And yeah, your Missy Siren appreciates you and is out. I'll see you guys for our next video. Would probably be for gaming as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and if you do donate and stuff, and all the people that did donate, thank you so much as well. And the people who do donate, thank you a million times more, because this would mean the world to me. And I am a genuine person. I am a person that is good, and I love life. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful, spectacular day. Look after yourselves, take care, stay safe, and stay hydrated, guys. Love you all, and I hope this video reaches you in terms of you listen to it. And yeah, thank you for listening. Bye bye, everyone.